Alright there, YouTube. Welcome back to the channel. Behind me here, got my Legends car. You guys haven't seen this on the channel yet. You might have seen it in the background or something, but these things are a lot of fun. I picked this up earlier this year. Basically a little tiny tube chassis, fiberglass body race car. They're about 1,100 pounds without a driver, powered by a 140 horsepower motorcycle engine. I set this thing up and I was autocrossing it, and I made it through about 3 vents and the motor blew up. So these older chassis, they can be had pretty cheap, and it was a fun thing to do. I think it was actually something in the transmission that blew up. I'm not really absolutely for sure, but there's a crack in the case and everything's locked up. So I found this engine here on eBay. Came out of a FJR 1200. It's basically the same motor that's in this. You know, they're 140 horsepower or whatever with the long tube headers and setup to go in the car. So same engine. This is the outdated engine for the Legends car series, but that don't really matter to me. Alright, so now we can see the engine a little bit better. You can see that's basically the same engine that this one is. I did actually get a little bit curious on something here. I was looking at it where this case is cracked, which is kind of right where the end of my finger is here. It's kind of in the clutch housing area. I wonder if it's not the clutch that blew up in this thing. I might actually just pull that off real quick, just out of curiosity. Yep, that was a clutch that exploded. Yeah, I know this looks really bad. But you know what? This engine might actually be salvageable. New clutch basket, and whatever other parts are mangled in here. Weld up the case there where it's cracked. I bet you this engine would still run. Okay, so I went ahead and I pulled the flywheel and stuff off just so I could get a better look at what all is going on here, as well as get more of the chunks that ended up behind the flywheel out. And the oil pump gear here is basically, I think this gear here has, oh, I don't know, about 7 teeth left on it. This one here is pretty chewed up as well. But other than that, everything looks okay in here. Right here is where that crack in the case was. That could easily be fixed up. So now I've got quite the conundrum. I just grab the parts out of that engine, throw them in here, be right back up and running. Ain't even got to pull the motor out of it. Not that pulling the engine out of that's going to be any big deal. But this thing was running really good right up until it locked up at 70 miles an hour. So I've been sitting here staring at this thing for so long, just trying to decide what to do here. I probably already could have had all this stuff swapped over. I just don't know what I want to do. Should I fix it, leave this engine in here, source parts, throw them in that one, throw this up on the shelf, have a spare engine ready to go in? Or go ahead and swap the engine, find the parts I need to fix this one, fix this engine, and put it up on the shelf as a spare engine. What to do, what to do. Okay, I still haven't decided what I want to do here yet, but I was gonna put a new clutch in this engine before I put it in anyway. So I'm just gonna go ahead and pop this cover off. see if everything looks the same, which honestly it should all be identical. And while I'm doing that, it's going to give me more time to think about what I want to do. Try not to rip this gasket because I don't have another one. This one's been silicone, so somebody's been in here before. Okay. That's what that should look like. I see this one's got the finger style springs rather than the coil springs like the other one had, but that shouldn't matter. Okay, the only one thing here that I see that I didn't see before is there is actually supposed to be a snap ring on the end of this oil pump. So we'd probably want to swap the oil pump as well. Yeah, this gear should just slide off of there. It's a tiny little snap ring in there. I don't know if I got a pair of snap ring pliers small enough for that. But I decided I'm going to go ahead and try to fix this. That way I know that the rest of this engine is good. And then if it is, we go ahead and order the new parts to put in that engine and have that engine ready to go. I went ahead and swapped out the oil pump here as well as the drive gear because the old drive gear has less teeth remaining than your neighborhood meth addict. And the old pump was hard to turn, and there was a chunk taken out of it where the snap ring goes. So we changed that. Right here's where we got a hole in the case. We're going to try to weld that up. I'm not a great aluminum welder, and I don't have an AC TIG machine, so I've got a spool gun. That's what we're going to use. Wish me luck. We're going to give this a bit of a preheat, try to drive some of the oil out of here. Give us the best shot we can of trying to get this to work. Alright, so we welded that down and grounded a little bit. I don't know if you can see, but put some JB weld on the backside just to help protect it from leaking, because that's not a great weld. It basically just fills the hole, and I think we can start putting this thing back together. We got coolers and stuff back on here. I took the spark plugs out, cranked it over till we got all the coolers full of oil, and we got oil pressure. Topped off the oil, and I think we're ready to put plugs back in and test fire this. Alright, so we should have this thing back together enough to give it a little test rip here. Need to pull it out of the shop here anyway and clean up my disaster of a mess here. So yeah, let's see if I can get the camera mounted in here somewhere. So yeah, it seems to be working pretty good. It's not downshifting very well. Have to look at that, but other than that, it seems to be running great. I know this isn't what I normally work on here on the channel, but if you guys want to see more of this, I can do some more videos on it. So anyway, guys, thanks for watching. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe down below. Thank you. Have a great day.